Good morning, everyone. Today, several members of the clergy have gathered today with a common theme and a common purpose. And that common theme and purpose is unity for our entire city. As our mayor have said, we have watched many things transpire in our city in the last several weeks. And as men who represent churches and represent families and represent people and represent the voice of God in this city, we're asking for everyone to remember that Flint is always better when we're together. Flint Strong is our motto and is how we should live and how we should function. We're asking the community as well as all of our elected officials to remember our safe and clean summer and programs that we have that benefit children and that benefit families, and that we can please lower the temperature in our city and make sure that we propel a system of unity and one voice. As we watch the news and we look around and we can see unrest in so many places, it is our prayer as men of clergy that our city would be one of peace and unity and strength. As we prepare to embark on the summer, I want Flintstone to remember back to the bricks. I want you to remember the Crim Festival of Races. I want you to remember all of the wonderful things that we do so well as a city, the resilience we have as a people, and our ability to work together and support and pray for Flint's finest, our men in blue who work hard to protect our streets, our leaders who are elected in this city, whether it be council, whether it be our mayor, whether it be any person in our school board. We must collectively work together for peace and unity. As we go through this budget season, we're asking for togetherness, unity, and strength. Let's make sure that we come together, that no person be lost, that no one have to go without employment, but that we all remember that we are all Flintstones and that we're all Flint Strong. We can get a lot of things done even with our children. When you look at the summer youth job initiative that our mayor has launched, it's important for all of us as churches and individuals and community members to get behind our young people, to make sure that we are voices and advocates for them to be employed this summer and to be involved, to work with our municipalities to make sure that our children have activities and things that they have to work together and to aid our police in making sure that our cities are safe this summer. I want to remind this community that there were many middle school students who participated in the CBI PI peer mediation program. That was a collective idea between the Flint Police and the city of Flint and the Flint schools, where middle schoolers were taught peer mediation tactics and how to de-escalate situations and to work together. Not only did they go through that program, but they also received stipends at the end as an encouragement to continue to keep working together and even de-escalate school fights and school disagreements. We're here today to ask again one simple thing. Let us lower the temperature in our community and totally work together to support one another. If we do that, then I'm sure that we will have peace in our city, unity and strength, and we will all be Flint Strong. I want to thank the media for coming today. Pastor Pettigrew is going to make some final remarks of the St. Paul Missionary Baptist Church. And if you have questions for any of us, you may feel free to ask any pastor. Some pastors may decline comment, but we will take questions after Pastor Pettigrew has spoken.
Good morning. On behalf of the pastor, we want to thank you, Mayor, for allowing us to come together in unity. You know, we speak about that in the Bible. We should come together. The time that we need to do this is now. This is nothing old. This has been going on for some time now. We need to come together and stick together because there's a lot of things that are going on in our city, but this is a great city. And by Mayor giving us the opportunity to come together as a team, we can do this. There's a lot of power still behind our pulpits that our parishioners are listening to. And some of them, they are still saying that if the pastor is saying it, it can be done. Well, a lot of things are happening beyond the walls, not within the walls. And the time is now. Not because it's 2025, but it's been going on for some time now. But if we would get out amongst our pews and get out in the community and let all know that we can do this, it will be done. So I want to thank you all for coming today. And on behalf of the Faith-Based Initiative, God bless each and every one of you.
Thank you, Pastor Pettigrew. Chief, would you want to have a word, Chief?
No, thanks. I just want to reiterate what the clergy said here today. With the City of Flint Police Department, I'm glad we're partnering with the clergy. It's part of the community. I think it's important for us as the police department to bridge that gap between the community and the police department. We can't do it alone. That's why I'm glad to have this partnership with the clergy. It's 100% positive, and I support it 100%.
Thank you, Chief. These partnerships are very important as we move forward, and we're very serious about what we're saying today. And this is not just us offering lip service to the community. These men here are committed to truth, and we're committed to making sure that our parishioners and all the members of the city of Flint know the truth, and that peace can be the end goal, unity and coming together as a strong community. So, of course, we have to be supportive of those who represent us in government, as well as those who risk their lives every day to make sure that we are all kept safe as a city. So this partnership is real, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure that we are out there in the streets being a positive voice and a positive influence for all of the residents in the city of Flint. With that being said, are there any questions?
What's the main impetus behind this call? Is it the political violence we saw last week on the streets Sunday before and last Monday? Is it just violence in the city that we see, unfortunately, where people get killed? Or is it related possibly to the protests like we're seeing in LA, where people are angry about other things? I mean, is it one particular thing, or is it everything?
I think it's a culmination of events that we're seeing throughout our entire nation. Cities right now are grappling with protests. They are grappling with misinformation. They're grappling with unrest. And in so many words, they're grappling with a sense of what could be viewed as hopelessness or helplessness. Flint people are resilient. And we have seen in the last few weeks where many things have transpired. And this community has to make sure that we send the right message, which is a message of unity. We can all disagree, but we don't have to disconnect. And so the clergy are here today just to ask the community to stay connected. Remember our strength. Remember that we are Flint strong. And so you don't let something get to a place where it's irreparable. You come in and you give support and you lend yourself to healing something that could just be sick but not terminally ill. And so what we're here today is to say that we all can work together. This is not aimed at one situation. This is aimed at making sure that Flint stays strong together. Any other pastor want to add to that? No. Do you want to say something, Pastor Harris?
Well, I just want to say that
You can come to the mic.
I was at the city council meeting last night, and we're not here to do this. We're here to do this. We understand everybody has a different opinion, but those different opinions can't destroy what we're trying to do. We have to understand we are a team, TEAM. Together, everyone achieves more. Together, everyone achieves more. I'm not worried about being the head honcho. Nobody up here is worried about being in charge. All we're saying is let's come together for the greater good. And there is an aspect for those who say, preachers, what can they do? There is a spiritual aspect to this protest as well. You can protest, you can talk about the issues, but there's also a spiritual connotation that can't be overlooked. And I believe that with God, all things are possible. I'm not your enemy. I want to be your friend. Let's make Flint a better and safer place for everybody.
Thank you, Pastor Harris. All right. Are there any more questions for us? Yes. Oh, hi. Good to see you again.
Just wondering, what are some of those ways that you clergy members feel that you can work with city officials and residents to make sure some of that unrest ends?
Well, the first thing is to make sure that every resident of the city of Flint have accurate information. I want to say that people should understand that the mayor has done all he can to continue to meet with city leaders, including the clergy. We've not been left out. To give us information on the budget, to give us information on the status of the holdup of water crisis, funds being released. He's worked hard to talk about the Summer Youth Initiative, the balanced budget. He's worked hard to give us information on what is going on, our crime rate being down and things of this nature. So now it becomes incumbent upon us who have captive audiences every week to get out what the truth is and to make sure that we're able to say to the residents what truth is, okay? If a person gives you facts and figures and paperwork, then we ought to be able to be ambassadors to that. Now, everybody has a voice. Everybody has an opinion. That's fine. But we have to be able as clergymen to say to people, even if you disagree with what you're reading or seeing, let's not disconnect. Because after all, young people are watching us. And we cannot be belligerent in our deliberations and expect for our young people to be cordial in theirs. And so it's very important for us to not only preach a gospel of faith, but also to come together and be the example. What you see here are different denominations represented. And these denominations have come today, as Pastor Harris said, to come together, not split apart. And so that's our message to the community. That's the message we'll walk the streets with. That's the message we'll use our social media posts for, is that we have a duty to be an ambassador for what truth is and to let people know exactly what it is.
And then I guess for Chief Green, if you want to answer, why has this level of police presence been executed in recent weeks?
Presence where at the city?
Protesting, city hall, stuff like that.
Just because of the, as the bishop stated, issues throughout the United States. We see this type of civil unrest, but specifically the city council chambers, we've seen an uptick in political violence. Threats. City council members have complained of being threatened with bodily harm, just total discourse and unruliness within the city council chambers. It's increased. It hasn't gotten any better, as you can tell by last Monday, what transpired there. So that's the reason why. And we're trying to solve that. We prefer to be out on the streets doing our job, but to protect the public and protect the city council chambers and the things that's going on there, we have to have that level of presence until it decreases. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not really, I guess, being there to silence public comments. It's just like the threats and all the other stuff that comes with it.
Yeah, absolutely. We welcome the public comments. That doesn't bother us. It's the threats. It's the violation of law that we're there for. Different opinions and things of that nature. We have no interest in that. We're there to, to interrupt disturbance of the peace within those chambers, and to protect, city council members, all city council members, and those that are attending those meetings. But as far as the disagreements, as far as political disagreements, we have no say in that, and we have no interest in it.
Go ahead.
I also have a question for Chief Green. Obviously, some city council members and even members of the public have said that they feel like the police here are being weaponized against the public. I mean, do you feel that having members of the clergy then instead, kind of step in? Do you think that'll help with keeping the peace anymore?
Well, the police department is for anything is going to keep the peace, and basically keep people safe. That's our number one objective. If the clergy can assist in that, I welcome it 100%. So yes, if you think that, if they think that would help, we welcome it. We will promote it, and also we will also, participate any way that we can in a positive way. But yes, we're there only to protect and serve. That's it. Nothing else.
Question for the mayor. Since last week, has there been any progress in terms of discussions with the city council members who haven't been staying in communication with you? Have there been any progress in the past few days?
No forward progress. We still have extended the olive branch, as you saw in the last press event that we had. We continue to invite city council members down to have a dialogue as it relates to the process of moving the budget forward, the balanced budget of the city of Flint forward. We have been in conversation with the state treasury department, making sure they are aware of what's going on, and also all city employees, let them know the impending danger of employment if a budget is not passed. But we're still staying ready to be able to give the information that's necessary to get them a greater understanding about municipal financing. And I know everybody in an elected position, that's not their profession. They're there because they got more votes than the next person. But definitely it's a skill set. We have to look at what the experts say and what we're looking at, but definitely it's open for negotiation and dialogue. The invitation for those members of council is still open to be able to come and have dialogue, to be able to get a better understanding. And we're going to be making a presentation here in the next few days, or if not latter part of this week, early part of next week, a whole community town hall, virtual town hall, so everybody can take a look at the budget, the city budget that's benefiting a lot of residents and activities. But definitely there's a dialogue we are willing to have that. The issue maybe is that we're talking about a budget, but there's no action that's been taken on the budget to further answer your question, Ron. Usually the budget is presented to the city council. The city council then digests it. They make their recommendations and then they vote on it. They haven't even taken any actions to the affirmative or negative to even take an action of voting on this. Many of these things have been tossed out into the community for a lot of failed interpretations of what it could be or what it is. But definitely it has risen to a level of a lot of frustration from residents and employees as we see. But this office stands ready and able to engage the dialogue and having the professionals to be able to continue to try to disseminate the good information. But definitely we're in a quandary because we only have 8 council people. And the number of 9 has been put forth by the city charter and our constitution to be able to have not a tie vote. You can't vote 4.5 when you have 9. You have to have 5, 4, or an affirmative. Being that we are only at 8 members of council, we have deadlock and gridlock, 4-4 on many issues and many items. Even you can have 4-2 and it still will fail to move forward because you need a number of 5 to get it done. And so we're in a weakened position as it relates to performing services for residents because a lot of this stuff is being log jammed in council. And so we're working through that. I'm hoping that the presence of like-minded partners helps move this thing through so we can actually have more productive activity for residents in this community.
Would you consider going to the council? Some members have suggested they'd like you to come to the chambers and have a discussion.
Yeah, but what happens in those chambers is we've seen and witnessed, and this has never been a practice ever done by any administration in the city of Flint ever. We are present at every meeting. We have 100% attendance rating from staff, department heads, and the city administrator, which is his task and responsibility to lead that. CFOs, our accountants are all there. And they will be there moving forward. And any type of discussion they will have, we have a regular weekly meetings with leadership from council, but 4 members of council have refused to ever come into this room and to have a dialogue. Has never been here in the past 6 years, refuses to meet. And so we're willing to negotiate and talk and have dialogue, but definitely we won't be a part of a weaponizing of words or controversy to be able to engage that. So I have no plans of going there, but our administration is 100% in attendance and they still will be there. And sometimes they've been there to wee hours of 3 and 4 in the morning, waiting to be able to have engagement to be able to give information. And so that's the way it's designed, and that's the way we will continue. But we will continue to have a level of negotiation, and we continue to put out the olive branch.
Chief, getting back to the incident at the council meeting, I know your office has been reviewing the video of the meeting. Any update on that investigation, and are you getting close to making a decision or making recommendations on possible charges?
Yes, we're getting close, and it's ongoing due to the fact that video. There's lots of videos out there, different angles. Those are being combed through as we speak right now on a daily basis. So, and what the purpose of that is to identify those that are involved and positively identify them. And that's basically what's cumbersome right now. But that's pretty much coming to a close, and should find some results here real soon.
Does that include videos that from uniform
Yes,
cameras as well?
body worn cameras.
How many hours of video are you going through? A lot of officers there and a lot of people.
It's several hours in different angles.
All right. Any other questions? Thank you, Steve. Any other questions at all? All right, none. I want to thank you all for coming, and I want to